Presenter off. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the latest Admin Essentials monthly session. I'm Phil Martin, Head of Propositions here at Access. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying the tiny little bit of sunshine we've had today. Just a quick reminder, if you've not been on one of these before, if you've got any questions as we go, just pop them into the chat on the right-hand side of the screen, and we'll pick them up at the end in the Q&A. Right. So what we're going to show you today is something we're really excited about. It's called Navigator, and it's your new personalized home screen in Access Evo. It's where you'll start your day. Now, some of you may have been using My Hub, our landing page experience that brought some of your key tasks together in one place. If you're one of those customers, first of all, thank you very much. Your feedback has been invaluable. And Navigator is just the evolution of that idea taken much further. And just to be really clear, this isn't a big sales pitch. This isn't an add-on or an upgrade. When Navigator goes live, it'll be part of your standard experience, so everybody gets it. So what does Navigator actually do? It brings together everything you need to do today in one place. We know the reality of your day is juggling multiple systems, switching between screens, and trying to remember which tool does what. Navigator changes all of that. It brings your tasks to you. No effort to see what needs doing and minimum effort to get it done. You'll see quick actions that turn everyday tasks into one-click completions, things like booking time off, approving a request, or chasing an invoice. Tasks that used to take 5 or 6 clicks will now be done in 1 or 2. You'll see intelligent alerts that tell you what needs your attention right now, so nothing falls between the cracks. And you'll have live feeds of your messages and workflows, so you can see what's happening and take action without ever leaving Access Evo. And here's the bit that really makes the difference. The more products you connect, the more powerful it becomes. Navigator pulls together everything into one place. Beautifully simple and designed around how you actually work. So no more hunting through menus, no more which system was that in, just you flying through your day. Now, I'm just going to hand over to Maria, who will show you exactly how all of this works. So let's jump in. Over to you, Maria.
Thanks very much, Phil. And everyone's screen looking a bit funny, or is that just mine? I'll jump in here. Does that look a bit better now? That should be fine. So I think, yeah, Phil, you got your weather update about sunshine. Like in the hills of Tipperary, it's very cloudy and wet and rainy, so it's a lot different here. So hopefully wherever you're all based, that there is that sunshine that Phil is speaking about. So I'm going to talk to you about Navigator and how it's going to make your lives a lot easier, and to first kind of talk about the problems that we're trying to solve. When you log into PeopleHR now, firstly, you don't have these tabs up here so that you're able to click between all your different modules. At the minute, you're probably landing on a screen that looks kind of like this. You're thinking, okay, I need to go in and upload a document. You need to come in here and come into lots of different screens, click add a document and move around. Then someone might ping you a Teams message and you get distracted, and then you need to jump back in and say, where was I? What was I doing? You might want to go in and change some of your system settings, or you might want to look for a query. You're coming to the access button, you're thinking, oh, which product, which module is that in? You're coming in here, and it's just constant context switching between screens, and there's just that time in between when you are navigating and trying to remember where everything lives. And as Phil said, Navigator is what's going to really solve that for you. And I'm going to go into our kind of pre-prod environment of this. So it's very much a work in progress at the minute. So you might see things that, like buttons not being all the right size just yet. We need to do all that polishing. I'm going to be really kind of brave, I guess, with the demo today, because it is definitely a work in progress, but I'm quite confident in what we're delivering. And I think you'll see the real value from these real scenarios as well that we're going to be delivering to early adopters within the next few weeks, and it will start rolling out then again in April for some users that would like to opt into it. So this is Navigator. As Phil mentioned, it's where you're going to, we're hoping you're going to start your day there. And what you've got is this kind of text box up here, quick actions, action required, quick sections. So what that's going to do is bring together even if you're just using all your HR tasks, bring all those into the one screen instead of in all those different modules. But then if you've got multiple products with us in Access, it's going to bring all those into the one area. So there's less of that context switching. So we're reducing that mental load for you as you're moving around the system and getting your day-to-day tasks done. And then for people that aren't in your HR team, for your managers and employees, again, it's going to be even easier for them to just get in, get what they need to do done. And our vision really is for people to come into Navigator and start their day there. So we're adding in a lot more productivity tools so that you're able to come in and bring in all of your work into this landing experience. So I'm just going to show you some examples of how we're bringing that in. Here we're calling these quick panels. So you'll see there's a few here. And a key thing about Navigator is that we want to keep it as personalized as possible. So you'll be able to click on these settings to configure your own experience. So say if you might look at this and say, oh, timesheets, that's not important to me, and take it out of there. Or maybe engage feeds is really important to you, so you want to drag that up to the top. So it's really easy to personalize it to you and make it work for you and show what's important to you on that day or whenever you want to change it as well. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to connect to your own Microsoft account so that you're able to get your emails, your team messages all in this one screen. And again, as I mentioned, you can see Phil is always emailing me. And with that, then you can come in here, you can review your emails, review your team messages all in one go in this one screen. And one thing that's really powerful that I'm personally excited to start using it myself in Access is that because I have my email connected in here, I can use this Ask Navigator field to help me get my work done. So I could say, draft an email to Phil saying how great he did on the admin session. And then Ask Navigator is going to go away and start drafting that email for me and putting it into that template. But because it's also linked up to my Microsoft, it's going to know that I want to send it to Phil, get his email address, and pop that in there for me to just review that, confirm that that's the Phil I want to do. It sets the subject, starts drafting the message. I can easily edit it, so I won't say it wasn't an outstanding performance. I don't want that. But then I can easily send it from here. And Phil, you're going to have that in your inbox now. So that's just an example of how we see like bringing all those kind of third-party integrations into your ecosystem with Access so that you're able to get all your work done in the one place. And also maybe you're struggling in your organization with getting users to log into your HR system to complete their tasks. If we're bringing all their actions into one place and that's where they're going to start their day, that's going to make that easier for you and you're not going to be chasing because we're going to put all those key actions in front of users when they first log in. So, for example, a manager will have their authorizations that they need to approve or decline coming to them in their action required. Here we've got 2 leave requests. You can come in and see the employee that's requested them, click in to get more detail. And in here you can see that there's an overlapping request with this holiday request, and then the manager has everything that they need. Again, in that one screen, they're not getting an email saying you've got a holiday to approve, landing in PeopleHR and saying, okay, where do I need to go to approve this? Where do I go to see all this information? That they're able to just do that all here in the one screen. Similarly, I think a really important, one of our top voted ideas on our idea portal is around putting documents in front of employees that you want to get their attention. So not even ones that need to be signed. This one particularly does need a signature, but maybe you just want them to know that it's there if you've updated a policy, that they're getting that notification on their home screen and that they're able to go in and view it again directly in the same place. They're not moving around the system. They're not getting confused about where anything is, and they're able to complete that. In this scenario, you're signing a document, and that's all done. So that's the action required, and that's how we're bringing those kind of key things that you want your employees to complete, or if there's anything like that that you would need to complete as well, that these would all appear in your action required. Here's your quick action. So these are things that we you kind of want to get done very quickly, kind of, I call them tap tap done. So we're focused on really around the employee experience first. So you can see, like, if you can imagine a new starter joining your organization and you need to provide all these details that maybe the employee, it's not very, I think one customer said to me, it's not very 21st century, which is, yeah, it's very true. But here it's like very easy. You can see what you need to add in. So if you need to update your bank details, you can come in, quickly fill in that detail, and that's done. Instead, again, landing in PeopleHR, figuring out where can I go to do this. These actions are just right in front of you when you log in. And like I said, you might say, okay, I don't actually need to ever update my bank details. I don't change my bank account that often. You can just remove that and it's gone. You don't have to worry about that clutter being there if it's not useful to you. Similarly, you can move it around, maybe prefer it over here. And one more thing it does is you can bring it down smaller as well. So it's really, we're trying to make it as flexible as possible so that can work for you. An example again with the email I showed you, you could also attach a document there so you have that context in the email as well. So say if I wanted to send Phil an email with a summary of our recent release, I could attach our release notes and send that off to Phil for him to have. Quick sections then is another thing that we're adding into Navigator to give you, what you can see here is an employee getting all their holiday and toil information and all their leave this year. So it's kind of supposed to be something that's a bit more informational. So maybe from an admin perspective or a manager, you might see that new feature that's playlists. So you might be able to see these boxes, but it will be kind of your team updates. So who's off today, who's starting soon, and all your holidays that need approval as well. So things like that. So as I said, like, this is real software that's working today. So it's getting very close to being ready for some early adopters. So if you are interested in becoming an early adopter, I'm just going to share a poll now. And I'm conscious that maybe my screen looks a bit funny, but I think that's shared now. Hopefully my screen only looks like that for me. But if you are interested in becoming an early adopter, vote in on that poll and we'll be in contact. It'll be either someone from the product team or our customer success team that'll be reaching out to you with that. So anything else I can show you in here? So like that, as I said, we're bringing all access products in. So maybe you've got Engage, which is it's a comms tool. So if you want to broadcast updates to your team or share things about fundraisers or thing going on, that they'll have this feed here. And you can also give your employees the ability to post in here as well if you want to kind of share updates and shout outs. So that's it on web. Something else that's really exciting for me anyway, I think, is that this is all going to be available as a mobile app as well. So I know from speaking to customers, our current experience today on web is far different from what you see on mobile. It's the same functionality, but it looks a bit different. And I know people have said we do 2 different training sessions for new starters. We do 2 different training sessions for new starters. We give them one on web and one on mobile because they look so different. We need to teach them how to use both. So with this, it's going to all look the same. And here's a prototype of it. This isn't really working, but we've got a version. Everything that I've just shown you would work on mobile as well. So there's not going to be any differences between web and mobile for an end user. So again, you can see it all looks quite nice on mobile and all the same concepts. So you have your quick actions at the top, your action required, your quick sections. So like this would be more of an admin view. So you're seeing trends for holidays and absences and headcount. So different, you're probably used to seeing that when you log into your standard dashboard now. So just an example of how it looks. So again, going in and booking a holiday is quite easy. And similarly, you can use the kind of Ask Navigator is how we're calling it. So, and I'll actually show you, this is again just a prototype, things that we're aiming for. So as you ask a question, so I showed you that example of it drafting an email, but it can also go away. You can ask it questions about your organization and it will bring back this nice visual. So instead of, you might have used Copilot before where you can kind of ask questions about your team, but it brings back like text responses. This is a lot more intuitive to use and the reason that is because it's actually reusing some of the UI components that you'd see in here. So say if you wanted to ask how much holiday or toil has been taken in December, the chat would return something that looks a lot like this to you. Other things that we get, so comms again, connecting up your email and Teams, have that all in the one space, and then tasks, bringing that into this Navigator view as well. So that is a whistle-stop tour of Navigator and how we're doing now. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can show you? Because yeah, as you can tell, we're really excited about it, and I think we got My Hub out just before Christmas, and I think there was a good few customers using it, and as Phil said, the feedback was really invaluable, and it's really helped us shape the Navigator experience. So I'm really happy with the progress that we've made, but I'm obviously keen to hear more and more feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on it or questions, do share them in the chat now as well, and we can have a bit of a discussion at the end. But this, what we're looking at here, is a prototype kind of future vision version that would have a lot in it. So we're seeing similar things like booking holiday, but maybe as an admin, you might want some quick actions to actually just jump into those point solutions as well. So I'm not saying we can simplify everything that you currently do in PeopleHR today into Navigator, but we do want to be able to get you to where you need to go within, at this point, maybe one click. So that will, again, really help you get around the system and get you to where you need to be quickly. And this is an example of if you had the full suite with us. So say if you did have your payroll with us, you did have your talent solutions with us, this would all exist in this one screen and you wouldn't be going off into different solutions. I know as an employee how even disjointing that can be, to go one place to upload your HR details, but then to another place to see your payslip. This completely gets rid of that once you have everything in here. So that is the vision. I've shown you kind of where we are today. I've asked you to be early adopters. I'm hoping there are lots of questions and feedback in the comments. So I think, Phil, are you going to rejoin for questions? And George, maybe?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Maria. That's fantastic. And yeah, as the same as yourself and Phil, echoing your comments, really excited to see this sort of in product and in real life, because the changes that it's going to bring to organisations is fantastic. And I truly think it's a transformational piece of functionality that we're going to be able to provide our customers going forward. So yeah, as expected, lots of questions are coming through the chat. So we'll do our best we've got quite a bit of time, so we should hopefully get all of these answered. So the first one is from Duncan. So he's put, assuming Microsoft Outlook is fully secured with the integration. So I don't know if that's one we should take away. We'll probably put some sort of technical resource and guys together. I'd like to say the answer is yes. So we'll get some documentation on that, I'm sure, moving forward. But I can follow up with you on that, Duncan, at a later stage. Will this screen be the landing page for all users, not just administrators?
Yes, it'll be the landing experience for all users when they log into PeopleHR or Access, however you refer to it.
Brilliant, thank you. So someone has also asked, what other third-party integrations will this support? Can I link in things such as another payroll provider into Navigator?
At the minute, it will be just linking into our pay product in People SMB. But if that is an ask that's coming a lot from customers around third-party solutions, it's something we can review. But for our first version and second version, this will just be for our internal payroll products.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. When is this change happening? The all-important golden question.
Yeah, so as you can see, I mentioned we want to get out to early adopters as soon as possible. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, anyone that's voted on that poll, you'll be hearing from us to get this switched on for your organizations. But as a broader rollout, we're looking to start rolling this out in April. So it is soon, a month away. So I know we'll be having another session like this time next month. So I would definitely join that again to get more information on that. And there'll be lots of comms around it as well to help you get ready for that.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah, a couple of questions coming in about the early adopter program. So as long as you voted on the poll, Maria and the team will be in touch to discuss getting that enabled for you, so you can have a look around and feedback as much as possible. I'll ask this question just so other people are aware. Duncan has seen it in product, but do the quick actions for admins open up all employees, or is it just your own update bank details, etc.?
For the first version, it will be just your own updating your own bank details. So the first version is heavily focused on the employee experience. So getting those first quick actions out for employees to update their own personal details. And that is because of the mobile experience. We want this to be our go forward mobile experience. We want to deliver that employee self-service first. We're not ignoring managers and admins. I've shown you a good few features there, but if that is something that you'd like to be able to update details in bulk from Navigator, I'd like to hear more about that. So I'll have a look back at questions and reach out for more feedback.
Thank you very much. Next up, another one from Duncan. He loves his questions on these calls. He's very, very involved. When Navigator goes live, will all the modules then appear via tabs as standard?
Yes, and likely sooner. So we'll be looking to roll out the tabs in the next couple of weeks as well. So if you're an early adopter, which I think Duncan probably is, or anyone else, you'll be getting the tabs with that early adopter program. But you should be expecting to see comms and see those tabs appear in your environment before Navigator is launched. Because there's a lot of value in that. Even without Navigator, it just makes the navigation a lot easier.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Will the classic smart views still be in place when this launches? And if so, will it only be available in a certain view?
Navigator isn't going to be controlled by the toggle. So that will be, because it's an access, it is owned, it's not PeopleHR specific feature, it is going to be access wide, and that's what makes it quite powerful, is that you can bring all your products into it. So that will be your first tab on the left. And it will always be there. It won't be controlled by the toggle. But the toggle will still exist for PeopleHR specific features. So say if we roll out a new look and feel to our employee profile or our team calendar, we'll still use the toggle for that. So you'll be able to control those views.
Brilliant, thank you. Is there a level of functionality we should already be using to be in a good position to start using Navigator?
I would say, like you can see from looking at Navigator, the more products you're using, the more value you're going to get out of it. As I said, the main features that are going to be in Navigator are around employee self-service, so updating your own personal details and things like that. If you're using playlists, that's going to be in there as a manager and an admin. So I think like first version is very basic functionality that we are getting in there. So in our documentation, we can share exactly what those actions are going to be, and you can review what you're doing in your organization as well.
Brilliant, thank you. And then the last one for now we've got is it just products that appear as tabs, or will it be sections of PeopleHR, such as documents, queries, ripples, etc.? It'll
be just products. So it will be employee, planner, HR admin, and ATS if you have it. And then the underlying product will look the same. You'll have your left-hand navigation still to get to documents.
Fantastic. And then one last one, I think, from someone that joined a bit later on, just asking about the price point of this. This, as Phil mentioned at the start, I can pass over to Phil to answer this one, actually. He's,
no worries. Well, I might as well. Yeah, so it's going to be completely free as part of your package. We're not charging for this. It's going to be rolled out to all of our customers as standard, so no charge.
Good news. I'm sure, again, another golden question to go with when this is available. But yeah, that's all the questions that we received so far. So thank you very much. I guess moving forward, if you do have any other questions, please do reach out to your account manager, who will be able to get you the answers that are required. And again, we're really looking forward to launching this and seeing the feedback that any early adopters have on this new functionality. And like I say, I think it is going to be transformational for yourselves and your organisations as the wider team start to adopt it. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing this move. And like Maria says, it's going to be quite quickly, this transformation. So hoping for April go live for this. But like I say, any questions, please do let us know via the account management team. Definitely look out for the next session as well, because I'm sure this will be heavily evolved even more next month when we have another one of these sessions. So thank you all very much for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks very much.
Thanks everyone. Have a
Bye.
good day. Bye bye.